Hi Trophies, welcome to this Health Bounce Q&A with Trophy Sally, where I'm going to answer some questions while we all health bounce. We're going to do some squat walking, we're going to do some muscle pumping, we're going to have a good workout while we learn about rebounding because there's so much to know. So I want to teach you. And so this is going to be a 10-minute workout. So jump on your rebounder and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's go ahead and start with health bounce. We're going to stand tall, posture jump. Stretching up through the spine, holding onto the handlebar, mouth closed. Question 1. What if we have hormonal imbalance, low thyroid problems? With low thyroid, we tend to be fatigued, or maybe we have a little anxiety. With the rebounder in our living rooms, in front of the TV, or looking out the window, we are 9 times more likely to get our movement into our day. Let's go ahead and do some arm pumping out to the side. We don't have to leave the house. We don't have to put on any special clothing. We don't have to drive anywhere. It doesn't matter what the weather is outside. We can get on our rebounders and bounce and bring healing into our bodies because we know that with this resistance release pumping action, we're increasing circulation, we're balancing our alignment, and we're balancing our systems in our body. So we need to trust in the process, be on a high quality rebounder with a handlebar, have that rebounder in our living room, and do what it takes to get on it. Let's go ahead and reach up. So that means play music, that means watch TV, that means follow a workout and get the job done so that we can get our movement in, bring the circulation in, get the healing in, and potentially balance our hormones with rebounding. Question 2, what about diet? What we know from diet is that we need to eat fiber and we need to eat protein. So I like to combine the two. I eat foods that have both fiber and protein in them. Let's reach down and back, stretching through the triceps. My favorite protein fiber foods are brown rice, whole wheat, and beans. So these are my top 3 recommended food choices. I have them throughout the day. I also mix in white whole wheat flour combo, and sometimes I have white and brown rice combo. And then I also like to have all varieties of beans. And then I incorporate other grains and other fruits and veggies into my diet, along with a sprinkle of fats and proteins so that I stay focused on the fiber, protein rich foods that keep my blood sugar balanced and keep my muscles strong. Question 3, how much a day do you jump instead? We get this question all the time. Let's go ahead and reach out again to the sides. How much do we jump instead? We've gone in phases. We started with 10 minutes a day. We worked up to 15 minutes a day. Then we were doing 30 minutes a day, then 45 minutes a day. Then we backed down to 15 minutes a day. And then we started jumping more spontaneously. Let's go ahead and do some stepping across the front, just like this, side steps, while holding onto the handlebar. So what we recommend for you is to start with what you can stick with daily. And so if you can do 5 minutes a day, stick with 5 minutes a day. If you can do 10 minutes a day, stick with 10 minutes a day. If you can do 15 and so on, then do that. Notice that your energy increases so that over time you can increase your time. And then you want to stick with the amount of time that you can stick with every single day. If you notice that you're taking days off, it could be because you're bouncing too long, you're losing motivation, and you need to cut that time down so that you can get on track to jumping every day. We even recommend frequency in the day, even twice a day being best, 3 times a day being optimal. And so if you can break it up, that's fantastic. If you do like to bounce for 15, 20, 30 minutes, then only do a few minutes in the morning and the evening for the best results. We're going to start walking here into our resistance mats. Go ahead and walk with me, standing nice and tall and centered here. And feel free to put your hands on your waist in a nice arm squeeze or your hands on your handlebar. Next question is, I have arthritis in my toes. Can I bounce wearing shoes or do I recommend barefoot? I recommend going with whatever feels best. And that could change through your rebounding journey. If wearing shoes at first feels good, wear shoes. And if going barefoot feels good, go barefoot. And then if you notice that you need to switch it up, and also experiment with both, because occasionally I'll jump on the rebounder with shoes on and I love the experience of that because it feels good to have a different grip and a different amount of space underneath my foot on the mat. And so I have a different experience with jumping. So I highly recommend both. What matters most is that we feel good when we're jumping instead. Next question. Is sitting on the mat while bouncing designed as a break from standing, or does it function as a unique strengthening exercise? 100% sit bouncing is its own unique strengthening exercise. And so if you'd like to join me, let's go ahead and take a seat. I'm going to sit right here in the middle of my handlebar. And what we can do is stand tall, hold the handlebar with our hands here while we gently bounce. We can also put our hands next to us on the mat. And then we can notice that we're getting a nice pumping action and strengthening through our back and our core. And then we can stay right here. We also can explore non-bouncing movements, rocking side to side and sitting back and doing sit-ups. We can even go all the way to a V up here, and then we can also incorporate bouncing while we do a boat hold here, maybe an extend and then a tuck, and then maybe side to side. We can do one leg lifting at a time, which is really fun. And then we can also just bounce in place. And we can push our hands together. We can pull our fingers apart. We can hold our hands up and out. And then we can keep our hands next to us on the mat. I encourage sit bouncing in the evenings and exploring your rebounder in all the ways that you can use your resistance mat that's up off the ground to strengthen your core and your back while sit bouncing or while not bouncing, but just sitting on your rebounder. And keep your spine straight, keep your mouth closed, and be very gentle, because sit bouncing is very, very strengthening on the back. And so explore at a very easy, gentle pace, and you will learn ways that you can sit bounce and or sit and rock and lean and strengthen your core and back beyond belief. So let's go ahead and hold our hands out together just for fun so we can feel the strengthening that comes from this. We can take breaks and grab our handlebar and then reach out again and then hold. And then let's go ahead and reach up into a dive and then hold our handlebar again and then up into a dive. Hold the handlebar again, and then hold our waist and the handlebar, and then our waist and the handlebar. Perfect. Let's go ahead and come back to a stand. I have finished my questions for the day, and so I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple PDFs that we have on our website that you can print out to keep you on trophy track. These are challenges that you can jump into anytime. Just print this PDF and have it on your refrigerator, and then you can check your circles so that you stay on track getting in your frequency in your day. So this one is a 3x3 challenge, challenging you to do 3 minutes of bouncing 3 times a day. It's also recommended on here that you could do 1 minute of jumping jacks, 1 minute of jogging, and 1 minute of hip twists with the alphabet jaw training. So jumping jacks would be jumping up and down like this. You could also reach out to the side and you could reach down. Since you're going to go 1 minute, you could do 20 seconds up, 20 seconds out, and 20 seconds down. Then minute 2 would be 1 minute of jogging. So you jog and you go at your own pace. You could do 30 seconds with your handlebar in one hand and 30 seconds with your handlebar in the other hand. Then minute 3 would be 1 minute of hip twists with the alphabet. Hip twists are twisting at the hip, pointing the knee out while you do your jaw training, mouthing the alphabet, just like this. A, B, C. Perfect. And then you do that for 1 minute. Keep going through the alphabet. The second challenge PDF that I have for you to print out is a 90-day trophy challenge of 90 jumping jacks. So you would do 3 sets of 30 jumping jacks in your day. And it is recommended that when you do your 30 jumping jacks 3 times in a day, you would do 10 jumping jacks reaching up, 10 jumping jacks reaching out, and 10 jumping jacks reaching down. At the end of the 30 jumping jacks, if you want to do a bonus twisting, you could do a bonus twisting, and then you're done. And the challenge is for you to do that 3 times in the day. I love these PDFs because when they're printed and they're on the fridge, they remind you to get your bouncing in. They keep you on trophy track. And then you will be getting your frequency in, bringing that healing and that strengthening into your body every single day. And then you will be living your best, healthiest, strongest trophy life yet. All right, trophies, thank you so much for joining me for this super fun health bounce Q&A with Trophy Sally. I hope you loved it. Give the video a like if you did, and comment below a question for me to answer in my next Q&A health bounce video that I'm going to post here on YouTube regularly with Trophy Steffi. All right, trophies, I'll see you in the next one. Comment below your next question. Take care. Bye-bye.